the core of the town from up top, and now we're entering the city officially. As I told you, the capital and the biggest city around Italy, with around 3 million inhabitants nowadays, with all the surroundings. Also, one of the founding members, actually, Rome and Italy in general, of European Union, and permanent members of UN. This country's city of Rome dates back all the way till 2nd century BC. 2nd century BC. Till 2nd century BC also, we had a lot of settlements in and around Rome and all throughout Italy, which were occupied even from indigenous people of Italy, Italians. And we have Greek settlements, Hellenistic settlements. The earliest history goes back to more than 3,500 years ago, with the first settlements of Hellenes, or today's known Greek people. Hellenistic Empire throughout the history of their active being in the world, in the Peloponnesus, and slightly spread to the Italian peninsula. What they did was first creating cities, developing mathematics, geometrics, developing in politics. First and foremost, politics was a big issue and was one of the primary things that led the Hellenistic people. Why do we talk about Hellenistic people? But we are in Italy. So what did the Hellenes brought to this peninsula, to Italy, to Tyrrhenian Peninsula? What they did bring was their culture and their way of living. What they built for entertainment purposes was the theaters. Mostly it was dedicated to Dionysius and the Muses. So these theaters were all built in half shape, half circle manner, overlooking a beautiful scenery, because they were only used for theatrical purposes and entertainment of the same sort. They actually built the foundation of the Roman Empire. When the Roman Empire came to being, they conquered these Hellenistic settlements inside Italy, inside their kingdom, and applied their way of ruling system. They applied their way of entertainment. They applied and changed the religion. So parallel gods were worshipped here in Rome and in Roman Empire with the Hellenes. But Hellenes ended by as far as 1st century AD. So now we have the Roman Empire based in Rome leading the country. By the way, in front of you, you're able to see Vatican, St. Peter's Cathedral, which we tomorrow are going to attend a papal audience. We are going to find ourselves near the walls of Vatican for a short while. Why am I talking about the Hellenes and the Roman Empire? Is that they actually copied the way of their rule. So today we're going to experience one of the world wonders, which is the Colosseum. Colosseum is a amphitheater. It's not an antique theater, but is an amphitheater. What an amphitheater is, can someone maybe know? An amphitheater? Antique gives you the name, gives you the time of their building. And amphi means double, like amphibious creatures. Amphitheater means a double theater. This theater, this amphitheater, this Colosseum of Rome, has not only been used for theatrical purposes, but also what? Gladiator fights. Gladiator fights. Yes, these gladiator fights were mostly staged. And they were on salary by the emperor, because the emperor didn't want the gladiators, not everyone, to die, of course. Not only it has been used for gladiator fights, also there is a system for flooding the Colosseum, for using it for maritime sports. Also beheading Christians. By the way, Vatican as it is today, back in the time of till late 3rd century, the obelisk that you're going to see wasn't in the place that it is today. The obelisk was somewhere around here, and this area of Vatican, near the Church of St. Peter, was a circus or a stadium. And there was exactly the center place where the obelisk was, where the Christians were beheaded. So the Christians were beheaded exactly near the obelisk, but not where it is today, but it was somewhere over here. By the way, the concert hall of Vatican to your left hand side, this is the concert hall of Vatican on your left hand side, and all the walls below to the one and only Vatican City. If we were to walk from here, going to find yourself in the left colonnades, where you tomorrow you're going to enter for the papal audience. If I'm not mistaken, while we'll cross through the Tiber River, we will maybe have a glimpse of the St. Peter's Square. But don't you worry, tomorrow we are going to also cover it. For about 45 minutes, we are going to be at a parking area where we're going to walk towards our restaurant. By the way, the city of Rome has been built around the Tiber River, which on top of Tiber River once stood a very big island, which today is not existing. For a second, when we are going to be at the bridge on top of Tiber River, I would like you to have a look to your left hand side, because it's a very important structure to your left hand side, the Castel Sant'Angelo, which till 14th century the papal seat was at Castel Sant'Angelo, and is directly connected with St. Peter's Church, because till 14th century, as I told you, has been a seat of the papacy. By the way, it's a mausoleum for Emperor Hadrian, built for him and for his family, which today they are not inside. It's only a museum, and it's open for public for an admission fee for about 10 or 15 euros. Don't get me too serious about this, but it's an open thing that you can also visit. Area. First, we're going to have our lunch. The bus will park any minute now. And sorry for any inconvenience. Not everything is under my power.
It's okay.
Also, you will be able to see the Supreme Court, built in 19th century. It's a colossal building. It's a really big building. It's a place where bad people get justice or injustice. Castel San Angelo to your left. Colosseum is in our far right. Far right. It's not visible from here. The old city core. Now we're going to drop off at the Palace of Justice. For someone justice, for someone injustice. Okay, let's get ready. Alright, please, let's get ready.